I went into a few concerts that Fortnite held. One of the ones that are the memorable ones is the Ariana Grande concert because Ariana Grande.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean they do kind of this weird. It's not weird, but they do this kind of the same thing with every event that they hold. So they create an adventure as opposed to just a concert. Like if you look at concerts in Decentraland, it's a stage, a screen, and then it's whatever feed they want to feed onto the screen with lights and whatever. Fortnite puts you on an adventure through like whatever map or however they may do it, and like just to give you kind of an example, when one of their most recent seasons they had like the mechs fighting, and it was you were stuck on this platform. You had to like watch the fight over the course of the whole thing, and like that's what they do. They take you on an adventure, and the same thing with the concerts is you go on like a little adventure. You're flying around the whole map, and there's a big, however they may do it. It may be a giant version of the artist, or how it may be. But it's really interesting. It's something that you can enjoy. It's something a little different that hasn't really been done a whole lot until Fortnite really
now they're
brought
all,
it in.
We see them in Decentraland a decent amount. What are your thoughts on? Has anyone been to any that are in Decentraland?
So I've actually attended to one. I didn't stay long because this wasn't my thing. It wasn't as good as what I was expecting. So I didn't stay long. But apparently, if I would have stayed, I would have gotten airdropped some stuff.
What were your thoughts on it?
It was just like, oh, okay, that was cool, and I sort of just left. It just wasn't my thing in that.
I kind of have the same view.
Well, it was the Steve Aoki one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I went to the Dead Mouse one.
Okay.
And in my opinion, it wasn't. There was so much going on that like I couldn't stand it. Like there was, obviously raves and stuff. It's all about bringing up your energy levels and all that kind of stuff, and interaction. And the lights are going, the music's playing loud, and all that kind of stuff. But with the Decentraland, they didn't just stop it at that light show kind of deal. They brought it to where there's like things coming out of the stage and like all over the crowd and like this, that, and the third. And it was so much going on. You couldn't even pay attention to the screen, which that concert, I don't know about Steve Aoki and I don't know about the other ones they had, but Dead Mouse specifically, they had like a live stream of Dead Mouse.
That's how the Steve Aoki one was.
Yeah. And it was like, I couldn't even see the screen. Like there was just so much going on. I didn't
like a good reference. So I play a lot of MMOs, right? And one I play was Final Fantasy 14, and there's people that do role playing in that. They have concerts, so like if you go to like the housing section, stuff like that. I went to one just to see what it was about, and this guy literally was streaming a rave. And the way you take part in it is you go to the housing district, you find where the rave is going to be held, and there's like hundreds of people's characters, and they're role playing, they're dancing with their characters, stuff like that. But you tune into the guy's Twitch, and it's insane. The music quality and all that, like they are raving like crazy, and it's just role playing in that sense. And that was a lot more fun that I found than Decentraland, just because it wasn't quite the same, mentality and all that, because it's more NFT based and stuff like that. But like I said, it's almost a similar idea.
If it was like 3D characters on stage dancing, like I think this is gonna sound really weird, but I happen to like the movie Sing 2. It's like a kid movie. Yeah. And like when they're like on stage dancing.
I'm still standing better than I ever did.
I like watching it. Like so I feel like if it was like maybe some Steve Aoki, but like I don't know, animated characters on stage performing, I think it would be a lot cooler.
There was something like that. So it wasn't Decentraland, it wasn't Sandbox. It was like some other platform. I honestly don't even know the name of the platform. But they did Justin Bieber did
it was like a pop-up concert.
Yeah, it was like a pop-up concert, but it was virtual, and it wasn't like that where it was the actual person. Yeah. It wasn't the actual like a video feed of him. It was full body mapping, virtual character.
It almost sounds like a VR chat. I guarantee you there's probably a few concerts, stuff like that in VR chat, and I feel like that would be sick in a VR setting. Because then you feel like you're actually there and actually, you'd be dancing in your own room, but like that would be sick.
Well, I mean, I will say this. When I used to be really heavy on playing VR chat, me and my friends used to go to the movie theater and we would watch movies and it would feel like we're actually at the movie theater. So I can totally see going to a concert in VR chat would really make you feel like you're actually there. obviously you're not brushing shoulders with everybody like you would be at a real concert, but I mean, I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting the way it's going to go. I don't think we're going to see many more of these live stream where it's like a DJ in their bedroom doing the virtual festival. It's cool to experience once. I don't know how much people are going to really want to like dive into that. And I mean, I could be really wrong. I'm not really in that scene, but I do think seeing virtual characters on a stage performing is more exciting than a video of someone sitting and doing it.
No, I completely agree. I mean, it's almost like you look at it like this. Have you actually been to any like actual in-person concert or like rave and such like that?
Yeah, I've been to concerts before.
Yeah, it's
I've
the
never
aspect
been to
is
a
different.
rave,
You're
though.
in the crowd, like it's a
Oh,
different
yeah,
feeling
raves-
altogether.
Raves are.
Or they're
think
hectic. and they're-
concerts are fun. Raves are even wild.
Well, it's like you can't really get that same feeling virtually. And that's where it's like, yes, with, how the world is now, has to be separated and, virtual, but we have to see where it goes.
Well, if
maybe
you-
VR gets better and it becomes something where it actually feels better, but
That's
Well,
where the disconnect is. You said it perfectly. You can't mimic the same feeling of being there. And if you look at what DJs do when they're up on stage performing, they're trying to raise people's serotonin levels so high that they're going crazy. It's great time. They're having so much fun, and their levels are so high. You can't really mimic that, and you hit the nail right on the head with like it's different. What I want to see in the future is, the idea of like Ready Player One, or maybe even like the Matrix, like we're all plugged up somewhere, but there has to be a way in the future that you can physically connect your mentality with whatever's going on in that metaverse.
I mean, this is like the Matrix or something now.
That's what I'm saying. We'll all be plugged up somewhere.
I mean,
We'll all be
like
plugged
that's
up
the
somewhere.
hope for the future, and we want
That's the hope.
Yeah. Look, and to be able
Maybe
to
Cody's
connect,
hope because he never leaves his bedroom. But still,
I mean, come on, like being in a world like Ready Player One and something like that, like physically being there and experiencing that. Yeah, that's the hope for all VR. VR will, eventually get to that point. We hope, but that's still ways away.